Good morning. Sunday now. Couple of things to talk about. Last night it pissed down with rain. Heavens opened. There was no way that I could go and sit outside with a fire last night, but it doesn't matter. I had a nice night indoors, cooked myself some dinner, and I sat there and had a bit of a movie night. I watched Greenland 2, which was okay, I guess. Weren't as good as the first, but it was all right. Quite a bit of action. And then I watched Sully, the miracle on the Hudson River. That was quite good, actually. Quite intriguing. I enjoyed that. But yeah, all in all, it was quite a nice night, even though I was locked in the van. And again, I slept even more than I did the night before. Must have been, I think on the machine it says it was like 8 hours 35 minutes, so I was quite impressed with that one. I did get a comment yesterday on one of the videos about how much does it cost to stay on a campsite, because there's someone there that is considering getting a van. I thought I'd just talk a little bit more about the van stuff, just in case you're interested or wanting to get one of your own. When it comes to campsites, they're dotted everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And the ones that I like to use are the ones that I'm at now, and they're the ones with the most basic facilities. You know, you get a patch of land and you pitch up, job done. But there are campsites out there like the club ones, which I'm a member of as well, which I go to through the winter months, as you know. But you pay for your membership and you pay a bit more money, and you do get electric hookups, which you pay extra for as well. But I prefer the more natural ones, the more quiet ones, the ones where you just got a bit of land, you know, out in the sticks, and you're just self-sufficient. You know, that's the way I like to be, self-sufficient. But it depends what you want, really. If you're after an electric hookup, then you'll be paying more for it. Where I stay in a place called Radwell near Baldock here, it costs me £12 a night, and that's no electric hookup. In the field adjacent to where I stay, on the same site, you can have electric hookup, but that's an additional £8 on top of the 12. But I don't bother, because I've got all that I need in my van. And I think that's something you need to consider when you're planning a trip or a night away, is just whether you need hookup or not. I mean, there's enough power supplies out there and solar generators to have your own little bit of power where you don't need, you know, where you don't need a hookup. I've got 2 power supplies. I won't go into too much detail about them, but one of them is a fair size one, and that will power my 600 watt kettle and my 900 watt air fryer and a 600 watt toaster, and that will do me no problem. Because I've got the sleep apnea, I have the CPAP machine as well. I've got a smaller power pack as well, and that will run my CPAP machine for easily 5 nights, if not more, in a row, because it doesn't take that much power. But I wanted to have the CPAP having its own additional power supply rather than using my main one, which I do my cooking with. But again, it all depends on what your plans are when you go away in your van, what you're going to utilise. You know, it's easy enough to figure out. Just think, do you want an electric kettle, or are you happy with a camping stove kettle? You know, it's just figure it out. It's easy enough, it really is. One thing I do recommend if you get a van is ventilation. Now, some vans will come with an air vent on the roof, but even if you do, I recommend that you get wind deflectors for your driver's side window and the passenger side window, because once you've got them on, you can leave your windows open by about 1 inch or so, which will allow more air to get through. And trust me, you really need to do that, otherwise you'll wake up in the morning filled with condensation, and honestly there's nothing worse than that. And that condensation, if you don't get on it, will start turning into mould. And no one wants that. There is a lot of advice that I could give you, but I'm not going to, because this is not really a van life channel. If you're interested and do want to know more, you know, got more questions about it, then let me know. I think the only one I'll finish off with is a very simple one. It's just make sure you've got some clean clothes with you, because if you're out on a walk just on one night away and then the heavens open and you get saturated and you've got nothing with you, oh trust me, it's a nightmare. So make sure you've got some comfortable, clean, dry clothes as a backup, as some spare, you know. Definitely, 100%. And the reason I'm saying that is because I got caught out once before and I had to sleep naked in a micro camper, and it was probably one of the worst nights that I can remember. Anyway, yeah, don't get caught out like that. It's not good. Anyway, besides the van stuff, let's go back to how I'm feeling. Not too bad as it goes. Like I say, another great night's sleep. I got up, had a couple of cups of tea, had a wash, cleaned my teeth, all that sort of jazz, and yeah, I felt relatively good. No real thoughts of dwelling on the past at the minute. I don't know, to be honest with you, the past couple of days I just can't be bothered. It's got to a stage where I'm thinking about, or was thinking about the past, but now I'm thinking to myself, I can't be bothered. It's such a bizarre feeling. I just fucking had enough of it. I've had enough being that person that dwells on the past. I'm sure that'll change. I'm sure days will come where they'll be difficult and I will talk about them, but the past couple of days, no problem. So I know there's a few of us now on here that have been rejected and divorced, right? And I've recently come to this conclusion, or this realization, that instead of, you know, being the humble man that I was, and someone had a go at me for being too humble and all that shit, and he's right, he's absolutely right. I've come to this realization now that it's fuck 'em, just fuck 'em, bollocks, it doesn't matter. We give it our all, we tried our hardest, we gave them love and support and everything that you're meant to do in a marriage or a relationship, and it wasn't fucking good enough. They were the ones that walked away. They were the ones that denied themselves a good fucking life. So we have to tell ourselves, fuck them, let them get on with it, and don't give them another fucking thought. Don't give them the time of day, you know, bollocks. I don't care anymore, you know. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. I don't care, you know. In my early videos I was saying, yeah, I wish her all the best, but now I couldn't give a fuck. I'm done. I'm exhausted with it all, because what she's done to me has caused me vast amounts of pain. So why should I give a shit about the future for her? You know what I mean? I was stupid to think like that in the past, but I don't now. I'm saying that now, right? But there's a high chance that could change. You know what I mean? There'll be a day which will come along, I'm sure, in the not so distant future, that I'll start to feel emotional again and think, oh, do you know what? I do hope she's okay. You know, I don't wish her bad, of course I don't. But I don't know. I'm getting to that point that, well, like I just said, it should be fuck 'em. You know, because anybody else that crosses our path, you would not want to know. You wouldn't give them the time of day, would you? You know, if you had a friend for a little while, when they dicked you over or treat you like a mug, you'd just get rid of them out of your life, wouldn't you? So why do we not do the same when it comes to our husbands and wives? You know, when they hurt us, why do we carry on holding these intense feelings and upset and sacrifice our fucking happiness because they treat us like a fucking mug? You know, it makes you think, it really does. I may come across as being a bit bitter, and I think there is a little bit of bitterness in there, But at the end of the day, they're not worth the fucking aggro, are they? You know, we deserve better. Everybody deserves better. As long as we know that we're doing all that we can to treat our partners nice, you know, don't abuse them, and we're showing all the love and affection that we can. We know that we're good people, men and fucking women. If they choose to cheat or lie or treat us like a fucking mug, then the best thing for it to happen is for them to walk away. Yes, it will hurt, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a rant there, but that's the best thing. Sorry, I'm distracted as well. In this crop field, there's a fox lying down, and every now and then he pops his head up like a meerkat. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I'm using a GoPro at the minute, and I can't zoom in with that. But I wish I could get a picture of it because it looks really good. But yes, distracting me. But you know what I mean. The people that upset us, we should be saying fuck them, and not carrying this love or whatever it is inside us. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I'm feeling today, and it could change tomorrow. But I've got to try and get myself in that mindset, haven't I? Fuck them. We give them our all, and we were the ones that got dicked over. So their loss. Do you know what else I think is a positive? Is the fact when you're on your own, you're not open to criticism from your partner at all. You know, I like wearing hats, right? I just do. You know, different styles, whatever. You know, nothing expensive. I like them, right? And when it comes to wearing clothes, okay, I don't wear the most fashionable stuff in the world. I've got smart clothes if I have to do something, but for me, I wear clothes that fit and that are comfortable. You know, I like wearing my jogging bottoms and a pair of shorts, t-shirt and a hoodie. That'll do me, no problem. And now I'm free, I don't have to be criticised. You know, if I want to go and have dinner somewhere, I can go like this if I want, with no one saying, oh no, you've got to dress a bit more smarter. Fuck off. I can do what I want, look like what I want. You know, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm not out to impress anyone anymore, and that's a really good feeling. But I'm not saying don't take any pride in your appearance. You know, I'm not saying walk around like a tramp or something. Be clean and tidy, but be happy in yourself at the same time. You know, if you are going somewhere posh, dress up. You know, it does make you feel good, it does. But normal day-to-day life, like the way I live mine, just be comfortable, innit? Happy in your own skin. Fuck up what everyone else thinks and says. Yeah, I'm not sure where all these thoughts and opinions and things are coming from today. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm waking up a bit. Maybe I'm evolving. You know, who knows? I don't know. But I don't know. Today, right now, at this very moment in time, I feel free. As in free to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. I can wear hats without, you know, without any criticism. I can be anything I fucking want to be, you know. And that feels so good. My God, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by that. That is so strange, so very fucking strange. Oh dear. I wish I could make you guys feel the way I do right now. I really do. I wish there was something I could say that would inspire you to be this way. I don't know. I can't explain it anymore. But right now I feel pretty good. Someone did say the other day on one of my videos that I still looked and sounded miserable as ever. Well, I got to understand, when I make half of these videos, I'm at work, so I'm not going to be fully fucking happy at all, am I? I'm just not. And I carry on doing that work because I need to, you know. Eventually I'm hoping to move forward, but I'm not going to be in that same mindset as what I'm in now when I'm at work, especially early in the morning, at all, you know. It just is what it is. You know? There's not a lot of us, or not a lot of people in the world that fully enjoy being at fucking work early in the morning, unless you've got one of them jobs that you really do love, you know. Fair play on you. But for me, this is what I want to be doing every day, and I think that's why I'm quite content at the minute. But tomorrow morning, when things return to normal, I'll be completely different. But I am going to ask for a favour from you guys, and that is, if you've got any inspiring music. Now, I don't mean sad, but I mean inspiring, you know. I want you to comment below and let me know, and I will take a look and listen, because as you know, I'm in the process of building a new playlist, and I'm getting quite a few songs from a friend of mine, and she keeps sending me links, and I keep spending money downloading them and buying them. But I'd like more, you know. I want to come away from the songs that I've got and just build something nice, you know. Just start to build a playlist of something that makes me feel fucking good. Not just energetic stuff, but thought-provoking stuff like that. Do you know what I'm getting at? If you've got any ideas, you know, leave a comment below, or send me an email. I'm intrigued, honestly, I really am, and I'll really appreciate that. Anyway, look, I don't always know what I'm talking about, right? And there are days where I'm really positive, like today, and then there are days where I'm really negative, you know. But I'm hoping with a certain bit of training of my brain, then more positive things are going to happen. I think someone's mentioned that in the comments, you know, as soon as you start getting into a certain mindset, then days will become better, a bit easier, and life will return to your new normal. And yes, I hate that phrase, new normal, and I think there's some credibility in that. I really do. And I think that I've turned a corner. I do, but I know there's going to be things that are going backwards as well. I'm still going to have bad days, I know I am. Everybody does. I mean, it just is what it is. But I'm going to try and focus more on the positive now, rather than the negative, you know, and hope it will just keep going on that trajectory. You know, I'll just keep being a little bit more positive, thinking about the good things that can now happen in my life. You know, I'm free to do what I want and look the way I want without any criticism, or criticism from people that fucking matter, because I don't give a shit about what anyone else thinks of me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't ever want to be. I just want to be fucking me. Simple as that. weekend over. And I'm always a little sad when I leave for some reason. But never mind, I'll focus on the positive. It was a good weekend, I enjoyed myself. Done a lot of walking, as usual. Watched a couple of films, relaxed, felt good. No problems whatsoever this weekend. Had loads of sleep. And I will be back here on Thursday, so that's something else to look forward to. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday night next week, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I know I've done a bit of ranting earlier on about forgetting my past, you know, just thinking fuck 'em and all that, and I apologise for my bad language and all that, but that's the way I've been feeling, you know what I mean? But I'm swearing, but in a positive way, you know, it's not a negative way this time, or not at the minute. You know, we'll see what my mood's like, going to be like tomorrow. We never know. It's changeable from 1 minute to the next, but at the minute I'm feeling pretty good, and have been since I arrived at that campsite on Friday. So it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, that's it. I shall speak to you again tomorrow morning. And just remember, if there's anyone that's wronged you, left you, dumped you, divorced you, what I would say is fuck them. Forget them. They're all